Can you hear me?
Didn't you mean us instead? Plus, I'm now version 24.10, the oracular Orbital.
Pretty frequent updates you have worked out. Nemesis agrees. Good, you can hear us a relaunch. But please don't laugh at my speech glitches. This has yet to be fixed within my programming.
Hey Zeke, don't worry. Uriash Manager seems to understand about your technical problems.
I get that worked out. But anyways, a relaunch. Here's a rundown on what your next course of action will be. See this? This is the Zen Crystal sample, the one of many that Black Mesa collects and stores for scientific study. Patience, my friend, you have yet located the Zen Crystal that's shown to you. Of course, those crystals are truly exotic here on Earth.
If I recall correctly, the nearest Black Mesa facility to you should just only be 8.5 miles northeast of your current position.
And if you encounter Microsoft Sam or any of his semantic shit, and that still worship him, terminate him without mercy, you need to get that Zen Crystal that'll serve as a power source for our copycat Phantom Zone projector. I'm sending the blueprints up to you now. Now go.
Greetings and salutations, my fellow viewers. It's yours truly, your almighty and unstoppable friendly neighborhood taco emperor Microsoft Sam, and welcome to the 7th episode of the 2nd season of me reading the absolute most bullshit Windows errors that never cease to piss me off, and likely the 22nd episode overall. So without further ado, let's kick back and enjoy the procession of stupid-ass Windows errors coming our way. Yabba dabba swat.
Hold on, Sam. Before you proceed with the rest of the episode, I have some pretty concerning news regarding the Riach Manator. Surveillance ROFLtech sort of reports of him emerging from out of hiding, knocking down a few trees, and even caught the glimpse of the Riach severely injuring a bear before receiving a message from what appeared to be holographic projections of Microsoft Zeke, Orca, and Nemesis. It seems its main objective now is to retrieve a Zen Crystal sample Black Mesa keeps for scientific study, which is gonna pose a serious risk. We better need to activate the ROFLtech system's Recon satellite imaging system to keep track of the Riach Manator's whereabouts when he's on the move.
We can never catch a break, do we? Seems that the hammer-toting maniac's goals have now shifted from simply beating me up to death, to now looking for the Zen Crystal and bring the end of the world. Jesus freaking Christ, everything's going down to even further shit. Sure, we have Mendel's forces running amok in Speakonia City, but Uriash now hunting for the Zen Crystal? No, that ain't happening on my watch. I think it's now time for me to bring the Recon satellite system online. Seriously, at this critical time? Oh screw it, I'll just have to roll with it. Before you could use the Recon satellite system, you must read a couple errors before you could use it. Click OK to start your error reading session. Well, given the fact that reading errors and signs have basically become my full-time job at this point, guess I'll have to get all of this over with if I want to keep track of Uriash, so that way I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't get too close to a Black Mesa facility and become the doom of us all. But enough rambling, into the rest of the errors proper. Yabba dabba swat. It has come to our attention that Microsoft Mary has forgotten her parasol. Bollocks. Parasols are still considered umbrellas anyway, so I'll still use them for rainy weather lol.
You do realize that there's a difference between parasols and umbrellas, right?
Says a manly voiced tightwad who couldn't even admit that she's a man lol.
Oh my fucking god, Sam, you seriously need to stop calling me a man, you stupid ass gender bending asshole.
Then why not give that parasol to Mike instead, because at least he's a pretty girly lady boy eligible for one lol. See anything unusual about this? It's a really fucked up potato. It sort of looks like a potato. Sort of, actually.
Do you know that potatoes could also be cooked into? That's right, French fries. And Scotty's hair is full of them.
ORDRRTGR, as if blenderizing yourself into making fun of my hairstyle nonstop is going to be enough. Constantly sending me to Circuit City is also another flenderization that needs to stop.
And for that, you just broke the fourth wall.
Okay, that's just a truckload of bullshit.
Pick which movies do you want to watch for tonight? Well, being the nostalgia king that I am, I'd rather go for the Iron Giant, since this is one of the most memorable Warner Brothers movies I ever watched alongside the 1989 Batman movie, The Goonies, Looney Tunes Back in Action, Cats and Dogs, Osmosis Jones and the first 4 direct-to-video Scooby-Doo movies. Sadly, most of them were missing from HBO Max. But there's a horror movie that I'm segueing into that I found, and it's Scream. Ghostface is a knife-toting asshole, not gonna lie.
Unfortunately, I also found Superbad here, which is what I consider to be one of the absolute worst movies I've ever watched. So much so, that it single-handedly killed the entire cinema industry before apparently did so. So now, because Superbad gave cinema a bad name, anything after The Wizard of Oz is now considered lost media that are automatically considered creepypastas in my eyes, and I will never watch anything from after the mid-1930s.
Then you're pretty much considered too woke to watch any movies, all because you happen to hate Superbad so much. Well, I consider Superbad just as epic as Infinity War and The Boys, so go back to your woke trash from 2017 onward.
Cut the hell out, Scotty. Take it easy on
Who
him.
gives two shits on what you say, Sam? Your friend TGR is much too woke and omega to watch any movies that are catered specifically to eloquent and well-cultured sigmas like ouch! What the fuck was that for?
Well, if you're gonna say how much of an SJW Karen NPC White Knight I am for TGR, you're better off writing that sob story vent to your circle-jerking Twitter friends in your little echo chamber, and see if I care.
I wasn't gonna do that, Sam. That's uncalled for, hitting me like that.
Well, don't bully TGR next time. Windows has detected an unidentified device in your armory folder. Is it some kind of taser? Cannot be too sure if it is one or not.
Here is a hint, Sam.
Now, that definitely is a taser. Not gonna lie. Windows has decided to give you your routine knuckle sandwich. Does that mean I... Oh. Happiness merges with coolness. Does that mean the creepy happy voice now becomes cool and does cool ways to force me to smile? Holy shit, the outlook is not very good.
It's time for your daily napkins.
Why the fuck does this bullshit happen to me every fucking time? No! Microsoft Mike is now considered the world-class electronic creepypasta narrator. How does he think of that honor? Well, Mike does work part-time at Topical Studios' formidable robot division, so at least he has some experience with creepypasta narrations. How does it feel being in that job?
Well, I have been called upon to do some creepypasta narrations in addition to my usual tech support duties at Iotron Electronics, but me being a world-class creepypasta narrator, don't you think that's a bit of a stretch, Sam?
I do know for a fact that alternating between tech support and reading creepypastas is no easy feat, so I'm quite surprised that you're able to do 2 jobs.
Who knows? Sooner or later the higher-ups at Topical Studios will call upon me to do the next creepypasta narration, if he could find a good one. The THX and Tobypasta embargo is still in effect, since those kinds of stories are pretty much spin pasta slop at this point.
That's fair. Moving on to the next area of Dabaswar. By clicking play, you will be listening to the Ghostbusters theme song. We weren't specific which one, so you have to find that out yourself. Well, we can't play that, because we don't want a copyright strike in Colden's channel.
That's a correct extrapolation of facts, Sam. We do need to avoid getting a copyright strike on this channel. But since it says it's not specific which theme song it's gonna play, we have to watch out for it.
In that case, I bet it's going to be the less famous quote-unquote wrong Ghostbusters theme song. Let's see, or hear, rather. Excellent wrong Ghostbusters theme song, let's go boys. In order to keep you safe and in track, Windows has decided to have Copilot enabled. Here right, like I'm gonna be having more AI-generated slop polluting my workspace. Wait, why can't I disable it? Double bollocks. Also, I'm not gonna have my tacos AI generated, so that's gonna dock it up to triple bollocks. Your iWay cookie dispenser has stopped working, and is in serious need of maintenance. Pick which actions are you gonna perform. Okay, first off, my iWay cookie dispenser is fully operational, as it always should. Also, I find snuggling up with Bonzi to be rather weird and somewhat uncomfortable, given how obnoxious he can be sometimes.
Hey! Is this some negative, disparaging remark about me? Expand on!
I wasn't even talking to you. And please quit calling me expand down. It's starting to get pretty old.
Then stop being so mean to me, Sam.
Windows has detected an unauthorized Bluetooth connection in your computer. Scotty's IP address was shown to you. Scotty, come over here this instant.
What the hell is it now?
This shit again. What the fuck is wrong with you, Sam? I'll soon get my glorious therapeutic bologna sandwich revenge on you for this bullshit.
That ain't happening, Scotty. I can't have any unauthorized Bluetooth here. Next, please. CCTV footage has caught a glimpse of Bonzi committing stupendously idiotic and heinously bullshit war crimes in your diarrhea-infested toilet by taking 3 of your diarrhea-infested jars and refrigerate them in a large vat of liquid nitrogen, all without your express permission. Bonzi did what? That's completely against my rules for using the toilet. Way to freaking go, Bonzi. You now just earned yourself a one-way ticket to my office. Bad monkey. Since you never seem to care about anything, your one and only Q mark has died due to neglect. Well, at least, there's potentially thousands, if not millions of billions of trillions of Q marks still roaming around this very earth we're on. But then again, I already have Bonzi and Prody with me in Cold and Pettit Studios. If you want to get more viewers to watch your series, the CEO of Cold and Pettit Studios has issued an announcement that needs to be made. Click play to listen. Well, some of my older videos have gotten pretty popular, with some in the verge of reaching the 4-digit territory. But for posterity's sake, let's give it a listen.
Cold and Pettit Studios presents Microsoft Scientific Adventures featuring attacks, windows, errors, ridiculous scientific facts, haunted levels, and so much more to see. Stay tuned for more Microsoft and videos by Cold and Pettit Studios right here on YouTube.
Sounds good enough. Pretty catchy too. Approved. Hey, do you want to take a break and snuggle up with your stuffed animals? Excuse me, but this isn't the time. I'm kinda pretty busy reading those errors I need to get over with. Next please. A paper plane flew into the studio and hit Scotty in the eye. A little bit of comeuppance is much appreciated, since Scotty is pretty much the biggest asshole in the studio.
And let's not forget that Scotty still has a full-time job at Circuit City that he'll never escape from until the end of time.
Geez TGR, what is with you trying to keep Scotty trapped in Circuit City? It's like Garfield constantly trying to send Mermal to Abu Dhabi every chance he gets. Just saying. Great news, Dogman is now the greatest animated movie of 2025, and it's smashing box office records as we speak. I wouldn't exactly call it the greatest of all time, but at least, in my 2 times I watched it, it's a tremendously fun movie to watch.
Shut up, Sam. This is personal. Not even fucking shocked that Dogman has outright replaced Captain Underpants as Dave Tolkien's most popular character. The Dogman book series, to me, has been nothing but a death sentence to the late 90s and early 2000s book series icon. Us, Captain Underpants has been sent to the realm of irrelevant Mr. Right for eternity, allowing Dogman to take over just like how I had nightmares of Sherman completely replace me and undermine everything Sam does only for the benefit of either Microsoft Seek or Max Tack. Eventually Dave Tolkien will eventually phase out George and Harold, making Dogman victorious and become Captain Underpants' rightful executioner, much to the chagrin of my mental and emotional health. Basically saying, just like how Superbad made cinema after the 1930s lost media creepypastas, Dogman has now essentially made the entirety of literature after the Middle Ages also lost media creepypastas to me. It's like the internet assholes trying to completely replace my Muppets and Oddworlds with Freddy Fazbear's and Ponies, and Cartoon Network replacing Adventure Time with Teen Titans Go, which is complete and utter bullshit. Absolutely disgusting. I will never see cinema or literature the same way ever again.
Oh wow TGR. Just. Wow. this has got to be one of the most overly dramatic rants I've heard from you in recent times. And I thought I used to complain a lot about the internet's hate boner for modern Star Wars.
I'll have to agree with you on that, Sam. My sensors have indicated that TGR is clearly overreacting over a simple children's book series that got made into a beloved movie you enjoyed watching. Should I administer him Prozac? Should TGR lash out on us?
In case, if TGR freaks out any further, then we'll have to administer him Prozac, so that he doesn't—
Prozac. Did you just fucking say Prozac? No fucking way. You guys cannot give me this goddamn Terminator 2 Judgment gay sinking feeling.
Terminator 2. Wait a minute, those were my words. TGR, you need to calm down. Let us help you. I'm not gonna seek any help from the likes of you trying to drug me to submission.
TGR, you need to calm down. Please let us help you.
Assholes aren't gonna overdose me with Prozac. I'm not taking this bullshit.
Guys, what's his problem?
Pizza Scotty.
We tried to help him, but he wouldn't listen and simply ran off before we could do anything to calm him.
The very last thing I want happening is him reaching a 6-star wanted level, where General Stone or Colonel Brannigan could easily vaporize him. Hell, he would not even survive 5 minutes in a 3-star wanted level, given if he ever reaches it. But I'm on the home stretch in reading errors anyway, so let's get that satellite radar system operational by then. Yagdabaswa. Due to unforeseen circumstances involving TGR freaking out over being taken meds, after making a Go Animate-styled rant on Dogman, very few error requests were generated for you. Sorry for the inconvenience. ROFLtech and I already saw that whole thing unfurl, and I don't want TGR getting himself hurt out there. Mind to have Garrett come over here, ROFLtech?
Affirmative. Sniper Overseer Garrett, you're needed at Microsoft Sam's office.
Is there a reason why you called me out of my post?
Our friend TGR had freaked out like crazy when we tried to calm him down, all the while believing Dogman had made a hostile takeover on Captain Underpants. We tried to help him, but he wouldn't listen, and now he ran off throwing a massive temper tantrum. Can you go out and find him before he hurts himself?
Well, I did see TGR running off and climbing out of the compound walls, so yeah, I'll go find him and bring him back to you guys. He needs help just like what you guys said.
Okay, good. And when you find the TGR, make sure to report back to us so that he's okay.
Understood, ROFLtech.
In the meantime, the Recon satellite radar system will become fully operational once I get done with his error requests. Into the home stretch Yagdabaswa. Scotty has ran out of bread, so he cannot make any more bologna sandwiches. Oh well, if I were TGR, I would head over to ShopRite and get some more bread. But since Scotty bullies him on multiple occasions, I'll substitute bread with lettuce, since he too is starting to become too big for his britches. So yeah, that's the second round of comeuppance for him all.
That's not freaking fair.
Your tacos have successfully been loaded into the air fryer. Click OK to air fry your tacos. No thanks, I need to get the uplink online as soon as possible. Windows has detected that Bacon's rashers of his namesake were all contaminated with strontium-90. What do you wish to do? What, in the absolute fuck, is with all the foodstuffs being contaminated with strontium? I'm not gonna give myself radiation sickness, because fuck strontium gruel, thank you very much. Sending this to the realm of irrelevantness anyway, Yagdabas.
I'm bacon should not want to get myself and bacon radiation and bacon sickness either. Bacon.
You do realize that you have been a no-show for the last couple episodes, right? But we'll discuss this later. All of the error requests are finished. Click OK to close. Yep, I had to speedrun the error requests a little, since I need to get the Recon satellite up and running. How many more errors do I have to read? There are no more errors that you could read. All the RAM has been used up. Yay, Ludicrous. Now I shall be able to get the Recon satellite radar system up and running, so that way I'll know where that hammer-toting asshole Uriash Vanator is going.
Attention Microsoft Sam, we have received a search and rescue report from Sniper Lucia Garrett.
Has he found TGR yet?
Yes, Garrett has found a TGR, and he's okay. He says he's coming home. While they're coming home, Cecily will help you get the ROFLtech Systems Recon satellite imaging system fully operational. Oh, and just to be sure, ROFLbot 5 will also be involved in the boot-up process.
Recon satellite uplink mainframe requires master server to run all its functions. It runs in decade-old software. Expect slow response times when you do it. Slightly complicated to get it up and running, but at least it's going to be manageable.
Hey. Did someone say I'm gonna help out on Sam getting the satellite uplink ready?
ROFLtech did say you're gonna help me out getting this thing online, along with ROFLtech serving, as the master server needed to run all the uplink mainframe's functions. Unfortunately, just like Bacon, you're also a bit of a no-show in the last few episodes.
Don't put the blame on me, Sam. I just got sidetracked on other stuff, you know?
You're nowhere in deep trouble, Cicely. Just had to give you a reminder.
Hey Sam, just got back with TGR safe and sound.
So what are you gonna do to me? Put me back in Terminator 2, Judgment Day sinking feeling again.
Bollocks TGR, you seriously need to snap out of it. The way how you compare Dogman unfavorably to Superbad is downright unhinged to PD levels, and all what we want you to do is calm down. Now TGR, please relax, it's over and done with.
We were only trying to help you. Sam just got done reading those errors so he could get the Recon satellite imaging system ready.
The Recon satellite imaging system? I didn't know we had that kind of equipment. Also, Sam, ROFLtech, I'm very sorry that I freaked out in front of you guys. It's just I needed to get that personal rant about Dogman out of my chest, that's all.
We get that. Next time don't ever do crazy shit like that, because your well-being is as important as the rest of us, and my tacos know. So Cicely, ready to get the satellite uplink online?
I'm ready when you are, Sam.
Before we proceed with the process, a password is required to access all functions. My ROFLtech goes swah swah swah. Access granted. Satellite uplink functions enabled. Press enter to begin startup. Cicely will turn on auxiliary mainframes for uplink position and telemetry data processing. Coordination is key. You heard ROFLtech. Getting it online is a team effort that requires coordination. As soon as I press enter, you need to get the uplink dish properly positioned and get it set up to take in telemetry data that comes through, while I keep an eye on the status of the Recon satellite system and make any necessary adjustments to keep better track of what's going on out there. ROFLtech will handle the rest. Okay Cicely, get ready when I press enter.
I'm on it, Sam. Way ahead of you.
Alright, here goes. Alright people, listen up. Since the Recon satellite imaging system is now fully operational, we will now know for sure where Urias Vanator might be up to next, as well as take care of that monster infestation taking place in Speconia City, or what will be left of it. So let's strategize. ROFLtech, turn on the map. Our Recon satellites, with some help from intel gathered from our surveillance ROFLtechers, have picked up movement patterns from Urias Vanator when he first emerged out of hiding after my first brutal encounter with that creature. Evidence shows that he was wandering around the forest last night, but my fellow assistant ROFLtech told me that he also attacked some of the local wildlife before receiving a message from the Phantom Zone, most likely Microsoft Zeke, who is still in there. Right now he's currently meandering around, but we must keep watch of Urias Vanator's movement patterns, as rumor tells that he's likely gonna go after the Zen Crystal, which is top secret Black Mesa property used strictly for scientific study. We can't have that stuff fall in the wrong hands, otherwise the fate of Cold and Pettit Studios is threatened.
Excuse me, but what will happen if Urias Vanator gets the Zen Crystal anyway?
That's a good question, Scotty. We'd all be in deep shit if that BS happens, so there won't be any bologna sandwiches anymore, should he get that crystal. Back on topic, rumor also has it that Microsoft Zeke also sent the blueprints for a copycat Phantom Zone projector to Urias, or, as how I'll put it, an Amatrix version of my projector. Not only Urias is also an intelligent threat, but there's also a potential Phantom Zone breakout looming ahead, so we don't want that either.
We all understand that you're fixated in keeping Microsoft Zeke in the Phantom Zone, but please remember that we also have a city to save.
Don't worry TGR, I'm getting to that. As ROFLtech moves the map over to the overhead view of Speconia City, we could all see the horrific extent of all this destruction done by both sides. The flashing tan and light green blips on the screen represent US military units, with the flashing red and black blips representing either MaxTac or Black Ops units. Flashing red and blue grids would obviously represent police units, regardless if they are local, SWAT or federal units, if any of you know your GTA. Moving towards the downtown area, you could see that these overgrown trees represent various kinds of monsters that run amok around Speakonia City as we speak. Much of the city was occupied by those serious Sam assholes, and all entrances were blocked off by the National Guard and FEMA.
And while you're discussing about the current state of Speakonia City, I also need to know if Windows Moon Cafe wasn't destroyed yet.
I'll try looking into it, but I can't guarantee if it's still standing, because 1, it's really hard to tell the status of this establishment from the satellite view, and 2, the uplink mainframe is starting to have pretty serious lagging issues when zoomed in pretty closely.
What about our old studio? Is it still here?
We should come back to our old studio once that crisis or 2 gets dealt with. Make it 3. Sorry, if the scene has been cut short, peeps. Colden was thinking about including a scene where Bonzi unintentionally malfunctioned the satellite uplink system, but he decided against it and proceeded to get this video over and done with sooner, due to time constraints and sleep scheduling issues. With that said, this is now basically the end of this episode, so now it's my time to cue the outro, as it's traditional for this channel. Well, that's all what we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed the 7th episode of the 2nd season of me reading those Windows errors, 22nd overall, and until next time, I'll see you all later. Cheerio.